Hey everyone, and welcome to Just In My Opinion. Today I'm looking at Kubifaktorium. I might be butchering that pronunciation. It's a building simulation optimization game that just hit early access. Honestly, these sort of games are always a mouthful to describe. It's basically another take on the whole Minecraft, Satisfactory, Factorio genre of games. I only mention Minecraft because it's so clearly thematically inspired by Minecraft. Anyways, with early access games, I try to look at what the game is trying to be and how my experience was with them. I'm not going to bash the game for having bugs. There's literally a disclaimer about bugs whenever you launch the game. I'm just going to look at the concepts that exist, roughly glance over how they're implemented, and talk about how I think this game can be improved and developed as a whole. So, right off the bat, you jump into the game and you're pointed to the tutorials. I'm not a fan of tutorials in general. At least generic, this is a tutorial kind of tutorials. I feel like I'd rather just jump into the game, have it hold my hand for a while, and eventually just throw me into the thick of things. With that said, the tutorials initially looked daunting. As it turns out, each tutorial is super simple, relatively quick, and for the most part, it didn't feel like I wasted my time playing through it. Good job. With that said though, you can still jump straight into the campaign or the custom worlds of the game. With custom worlds, you can create randomized environments or cherry-pick specific settings you personally want to run through. There's also a mod section that caught my eye immediately, and after reading about it a bit, the game seems to be very open to modding in general, and mods always help enhance a game's replayability, assuming there's a dedicated enough community to support it. So I can't speak too much to mods yet, but having that infrastructure in place is always a plus. The main focus for me was the campaign. The campaign was pretty cool in the sense that you get started by choosing a couple of different things. You can select the size of the worlds you want to explore. You can choose which kind of settlers and resources you initially start the game with. Once that's out of the way, you're placed in a starting island, and from there you're given a group of tasks. Generally speaking, it's in the format of collect a certain number of items and build the infrastructure you're going to need to achieve those goals. Items you produce also carry over to the next island you progress to, so everything you're building helps your next settlement start up a little bit faster and generally be that much more grand than your previous experience. Settlers and animals you pick up along the way also carry through with you. This is actually where another cool facet of the game enters. Settlers can level up their ability to perform certain tasks, so you're essentially able to take specific settlers and train them to do specific jobs. You can train a settler to be a better fighter, a better farmer, a better builder. This also carries along, so you actually have a reason, well, minor, to care about the people you're bringing into your settlement. As with all of these games, there are different ways you can optimize production as well. There are horses, trains, conveyor belts, automated storage depots, zeppelins, boats, all sorts of things. Leveraging these systems seems largely ignorable at the beginning of the game, but as you get more complex requirements, optimization becomes more and more important. There are also automated ways to harvest resources later on, and I'm not going to dive too much into the systems, but in its current state of early access, there's already a whole lot to do when it comes to building things. Honestly, that's pretty much what Kubifaktorium is. It's, in my opinion, a great addition to the world of building optimization simulators that does a lot to make the game a lot easier to digest than a lot of other games in this space. If I only wanted to play for an hour a day, I can feel accomplished in the campaign, progressing my group of settlers through the world and building cool new things with targeted goals. If I want to spend more time creating a large-scale production in a more sandboxy type mode, I can do that too and probably dump many more hours into it at a time. It gives different types of players a different kind of approach to the genre, and I think that's something that I see missing a lot of the time. I'm not going to say this game is perfect. It just hit early access, and I personally encountered quite a few problems. That's not a huge deal to me though. I think that Kubifaktorium is a cool conceptual twist on a genre I play a lot of games in. I think it has the potential to turn into a fully fledged, complete piece that's absolutely worth playing. At its current price and state in early access, it gave me countless hours of learning and enjoyment, and it's not over either. I still have a lot more to do. And don't forget, this is just in my opinion. If you feel like I left something out, disagree, or just want to suggest something else for me to review, leave a comment. Also, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe. I cover a variety of games and will be expanding to more general gaming content soon. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.